been with a chick this bad. I ain't worried about that. You ain't never been with a chick this bad. I ain't worried about them other girls that you had. If I catch you looking at my baby, I'ma laugh. You gon' keep it.
Okay, y'all, so this part is gonna be about my boards. Everybody is asking me about my boards. The infamous boards. I passed my boards on the first time by the grace of God. I knew I passed them. I walked out of Pearson and I knew I passed them right off the bat. So everybody asking. Okay, so I graduated in May 2018. I took my boards July 13, 2018. So when I graduated, I took a break for the first month. I ain't look at a book, I ain't sniff at a book, I ain't sneeze at a book, I ain't pay attention to a book. It was I graduated. What? Like, so I started studying in like June. So I signed up for Kaplan, the in-person classes. It was $500 and I caught on sale and I paid $375 for it. And the day after I graduated on Sunday, I had to go to Kaplan classes. It was like a 2-3 day class. I really don't remember. And they had like a tree and everything and practice questions. And the in-person class, yes, I thought was helpful. Did I think it was worth $375? Hell nah. Hell no. And then they gave us some stuff to do online. And I went on there and I hated it. So, would I recommend Kaplan to know somebody? No, I wouldn't. I ain't gonna lie. For the money to change it, no, I wouldn't. I don't think Kaplan was helpful for me. I don't. I did their online stuff. I barely did it. It was frustrating because when I was getting answer wrongs, I feel like their rationales to why I was getting it wrong wasn't telling me like, okay, how is it right, or how can I go about getting the right answer? So what I'm about to tell y'all is the $1 million baby. I downloaded UWorld. U/World, or maybe it's not even a slash. U, the letter U, World. It was the best thing ever. When I'm telling you, UWorld is just like the NCLEX. I personally think that UWorld is harder. I think that UWorld is harder than NCLEX. My thing with this, and let me be very clear, UWorld would not be for you if you need to work on content. When I first started studying, I would go to Panera Bread, give me my little Panera Bread, and sit there with my laptop and I would study and I would go over content. I would use my UTI books. I would go over UTI books. Not UTI, ATI. I would go over my ATI books because ATI was a part of Duville nursing program. So I had to use ATI. I would go over my ATI books and basically try to go into content. And I got ADHD or something. I would find myself like drifting off. Like, I know this, and doing stuff I ain't supposed to be doing. I knew the content. And that's why I was so damn bored, because I'm going over shit. You've been in nursing school for the last 4 years, girl. You know what you're talking about. So I needed to learn how to take the test. UWorld shows you how to take the test as long as you know content. If you don't know content, you're not going to do good on UWorld because you don't know how to save a life, to let alone what to do. Like, you don't know what you're doing to know how to take this test. You have to know your content in order to answer these questions. You have to basically survive nursing school, then you have to learn how to take your boards. The boards is utopia. You got all the time in the world, you got all the materials in the world, and then you in this hospital where can't nothing go wrong. So you gotta put yourself in this mindset, because honestly, when you a real nurse and you doing stuff, they gonna ask you, like, the NCLEX will give you 3 right answers to choose what's the best one. Yeah, they stupid. So it's kind of like you gotta like know what's the right answer. And when you're an actual nurse and you're doing stuff, you like, damn, what's the right answer, because I'm gonna be doing all of these. So yeah, I feel like you gotta know your content. If you was a C student barely passing throughout nursing school, it might be better off for you to get a tutor and go through content before you actually try to take these boards. Take a couple of time and go through a real tough review, thorough review, and then do that, because UWorld is for people who know content and they teach you how to teach the test. You should not be getting 90s and 100 on UWorld. Is you getting 90s and 100s on the freaking NCLEX? No. I think the NCLEX is like 50% to pass. So if you doing like 60-70% right on UWorld, you're doing good, because that's how it will be on NCLEX. I know people who did the UWorld did good and pass. I know people who did shitty on UWorld. UWorld told them that they wasn't gonna pass and they still passed. UWorld is the best thing that ever happened to nursing students, period. Download UWorld. How many questions I did a day? Some days was better than other. I would try to do questions every day. I would try to do 75 or 2 sets of 75. No, I'm lying. I would always try to do more than 75. I mean, 2 sets of 75. So yeah. But I would do either 75, 75, or I would break them down to like 25, 25, 25, like that. But regardless of the fact, I'll make sure that I do more than 75 questions.
Okay, y'all, I really had to sit back and think, but I always did at least 2 sets of 75 a day. I'm stressing 75 because on UWorld, you can't choose more than 75 questions at a time. So I believe I was doing 150 questions a day or more. Of course, some days I fell short, and of course, some days I was feeling, smart and whatever, and I was doing more than 150, but a minimum of 150 a day or more. I split it up maybe about 3 times when I wake up, sometimes during out the day, and before I go to sleep. I was studying in the car. I was studying on my way to Junior Lake. I was at my godmom's wedding out of town. And when we had free time, I was studying. So when I would think that I'm about to get on Facebook or whatever, or get on YouTube, no, I was going to UWorld and doing some questions, because not only can you get on UWorld on a computer, it's an app on your phone, easy access. Don't nobody even know what you're doing, but you're studying for your NCLEX. So I just wanted to clear that up. I did at least 2 sets of 75 a day or more.
What else did you guys ask me? How many times a day did I take studying? I would study throughout the day, because you're not about to sit up here and I'm gonna act like I'm about to sit up here for 3 hours and study, and the next thing I know, I'm wondering how I end up on YouTube watching Be Love Eat, because I got ADHD like that. So I would probably take an hour in the morning, an hour in the afternoon, an hour at night, a half an hour this time. I was on my way to Junior Lake doing questions, like stuff like that. You're never gonna be able to sit straight through, especially when you're only studying for your boards and you don't got no teacher down your back telling you what to do. So you got to find that time out for yourself. So if you got to go to work at 3 and you waking up at 11, take that first like half an hour, make you a nice little breakfast, do like a half an hour to an hour worth of questions. Boom, you got a little break on work, you about to go eat lunch, do some questions while you on lunch. That's all I did, was like practice questions, practice questions, practice questions. How did you know when you were confident enough to take your boards? You ain't gonna never know, and you ain't gonna never be confident taking your board. Okay, I'm lying. No, seriously, I mean that and I don't mean that. So I set my boards up for July 3rd. I ain't even gonna hold you. I ain't tell nobody. I ain't tell nobody what my boards was. I told my boyfriend because I was gonna have to go to Rochester and he was gonna drive me. I wasn't driving it, and I was like, maybe we could stay the night, because they tell you the day before your boards, don't study, don't look at nothing, don't do none of that. So I was taking them July 3rd in Rochester. No, I was taking them, I don't know where I was taking them, but I know I was taking them July 3rd. So as the time was coming, I was just like, 3 weeks before my boards, I'm like, I'm not ready. Hell no, I'm not ready. So I rescheduled them to July 13th. I ain't tell nobody. Well, I did end up telling my best friend, like, I rescheduled my boards. She cussed me out. I was doing UWorld and I was doing good on UWorld, or whatever the case may be. Everybody around me started posting their results. And I'm talking to them and they're like, yeah, you wrote this, you wrote that, and whatever the case. And everybody passing. I don't know. Like, everybody was passing their board. So I'm like sitting there with the I chose my date and my board's face. And by this time, I'm sick of studying. I was studying since June, and it's the beginning of July. Like, I'm studying every day. I'm dedicating all my time to that. So, boom. I did reschedule my boards for 10 days after that. Then when July 3rd came around, I was like, people was passing their boards and they passed. So I'm just like, why you reschedule it? So I was getting advice from them when they saying, I think you was very good. I think it was higher than this. You did good on this test. You did this, you did that. So I was like, girl, you ready to take your boards? And so I was supposed to, I think, take my boards July 14th. And it was, I had a scheduled a trip to Miami because my birthday is July 20th, and that was gonna be like my celebration, but I wasn't telling nobody I took my boards. And then I got kind of nervous, like, girl, you gonna fail your boards and then you gonna be like, you don't want to go to Miami no more. So whatever. So one day I had to take it. I was supposed to take it in Rochester, and one day it was like my final straw. I seen one person pass. They passed their boards. It was my really good friend. I called her and I said, "Girl, why you ain't tell me you was taking your boards?" She said, "You ain't tell me when you was taking your boards. You ain't next." Like, I thought everybody's keeping the secret. And I asked her about it. She was just like, honest to God, like, she wasn't doing that good on U-World. U-World told her that she wasn't ready to take her boards, and she went and took it every way. She said she got all 265 questions and she passed. And I was like, I went on that Pearson website that after I talked to my friend, because we was close, so we did. And that's because she was just like, you got this, you did good, you smart. I went on, I was taking my boards, and I think in 2 days, I don't really remember, I think it was like 2 days before, maybe it was like later on that week, but I studied, and then this is where I went wrong. I went back on that Kaplan site and I started doing them, and they told me I wasn't ready to take my boards. No, they just stupid, because U-World told me I was over ready to take my boards. So I didn't let that discourage me. I went on Pearson. I looked, and they had a opening for the next morning. And mind you, I was at Panera Bread studying that day, and they tell you don't look at nothing. So I called. I switched my boards for the very next day. I called my best friend. I said, "Bestie." Well, before I did, I said, "Bestie, should I do it?" She said, "Yeah, do it. But if you're gonna do it, close that book and get some rest." So I was just like, "But Bestie, I got a massage scheduled for tomorrow because I'm supposed to go get a massage, and I'm not supposed to study before I go take these boards." So I'm telling her, like, I got a massage appointment for tomorrow and everything, and I was studying today, so ain't that bad luck I'ma fail? She like, "Girl, no." So closed that book, got a good night's rest, went to take them boards. I had 80 or 81 questions, and I just knew I passed. So I always told myself that I wasn't going to do the trick because I was too scared. But when I'm telling you, I knew I passed. I wasn't even in the boardroom for over an hour. It was like 50-something minutes. My best friend texted me this long message telling me good luck, and I was already done. I was already done. I called her like, "Bitch, I'm done. I passed." I went home and I did the trick. If you not know the trick, you go and you try to re-register your boards again. But when you put in your card information, you put in the wrong expiration date or a wrong CVV code in the back. If they say our records already show us you're signed up for this test, you passed. If it try to charge your card and tell you call your bank, you failed. And I know people who card got charged because they put in the real stuff and they passed, so they had to work with them to get their money back. And I know people who did that and then later on the trick didn't work and they failed. So I won't say do that, but when I'm telling you, I knew I passed, and I paid the $8 to get the fast results, and I found out I passed in 48 hours. So yeah, that was me and my boards. Did I work after taking my boards? I still was did you work while preparing for your boards? I still was doing hair. I ain't have a like job. So still the same thing, doing hair, studying for my boards. How did you celebrate passing your boards? Girl, it was my birthday. July 13th, I took my boards. I got my results July 15th. So I planned this get together game night for that Sunday before my birthday. People didn't even realize my birthday. They didn't know why I planned this game night. The whole time I thought people was gonna think like, Mariah gonna be out of town for her birthday, so it's gonna be for her birthday, and I was gonna tell everybody like, yeah, I passed my boards. It's really for my boards. And I ended up telling everybody I passed my boards anyway. And after I took my boards, I ended up telling people that that's where I went and I took my boards. I didn't tell nobody, but I think my mom, my boyfriend, my best friend. And then when I got out, I ended up telling people because I knew I passed. The hardest part about the boards is just preparing for them, because you never feel like you're ready. You never feel like you're ready, but you're gonna get it done. You got it. Did you do the trick to find out if you passed, or did you wait? I did the trick. I only did the trick because I knew I passed. If I didn't know I passed and I was worried about it, I wouldn't have did the trick. But I knew I passed. I'm telling y'all, U-World is harder than the NCLEX in my opinion. Like, I feel like Duville did everything in their power to prepare me. U-World was the greatest tool. The boards was not an issue for me at all. The things I studied actually in my boards on U-World, yes. The boards is consisted of so much stuff though. So it's impossible for them to sit up here and ask you everything in a book. And it's a breakdown that I had that showed you like, okay, it's gonna be this percentage of this percentage of this, and whatever the case may be, and this is what you need to study, and this is what you need most on. So like maternity was a small part. I think I probably had 1 or 2 maternity questions. Honest to God, I had like 2 pharmacology questions, and out of the 81 questions, it was only 2 questions that I absolutely did not know the answer to, where I had to guess. Only 2. I cannot tell you what was on my boards because I don't remember. I couldn't even remember when I left there to even look up to see if I got answers right or wrong. But yeah, you wrote for the most part, yes, everything was on there. Okay, so yeah, that's the part about the boards. I told y'all about what I used. I used Kaplan, and you wrote E. Best thing that ever happened. Went and took my boards. Don't do what I did. Don't study the day before. Relax. After my boards, I went and got my massage after my boards, and I was like, girl, I just came out of taking my boards. I'm still gonna get my massage, just pampering. I know I passed. Okay, this is one thing that I want to say. With UWorld, I didn't do all the questions. I had 332 unanswered questions. Because my plan was to get all the questions done, but I scheduled my boards earlier. And then I was just so fucking sick of looking at questions. I'm not gonna lie. I was so sick of like doing questions. So I didn't finish all my questions, but what I did start doing was going over my questions that I got wrong in UWorld. I did, and no, I didn't end up going over all of them, but I still started doing them because, and I noticed the trend. I kept getting the same stuff wrong, and I told myself, girl, if you don't know it now, you ain't gonna never know it. You have 4 years of school, and then you keep getting these questions wrong on this damn one topic. It was the endocrine system. It was like the Graves' disease and shit like that. I still don't know that shit. I ain't gonna lie, but that was so hard for me. So I would recommend going over your wrong questions and do all of your UWorld questions. I didn't do it because I was scheduling my boards for earlier because I was sick. I said, all these people passing their boards and we all went to the same school and we all do good and we all did UWorld. I'm taking these boards. So even people who didn't do as good as me in school and wasn't doing as good as me in UWorld was passing. I said, if I don't pass, you're stupid. Something wrong with you, because everybody else around you passing, and spread me the love. So that's about me and my boards. I hope I hit all questions. If not, comment down below and I'm gonna I'll answer more questions. Or you can shoot me an email or inbox me on one of my social medias, and I have more I will answer proudly.